Riches in the niches. The best real estate niches to dominate right now. All right, guys, let's get into it. This one's another fun one. I think so often we get caught in the regular, what should we be doing as far as niching? We try to do everything. And what happens sometimes when we specialize, we can really go faster. Okay, I know it's certainly true for myself, right? I hadn't really worked with too many buyers at first. I was doing all listings just nonstop. So certainly you can pick the ones that are that your specialty in, and you can be a generalist. I'm not saying you don't do the other ones, but sometimes you can explode. Like the deeper you down you go, the deeper dive you go down into some of the top real estate niches. But let's explore what they are, how they can help you, and we'll get into it. So number one, first time home buyers. Love this one. Gosh, there's so many one. This is one of the easiest niches to build because people really do need that education. They need that help. And there's so many people that are unsure of that process. So who are they? Well, they're renters, they're young couples, newlyweds, people relocating, VA, FHA buyers, right? And now with how the market is, right, there's a lot more people it's extending this to, right? That it's a little harder to get a home right now. So you're going to find that this is going to be growing. So it's a great niche to get into for sure. So how do you find them? Number one, there can be renters in apartment complexes, social media ads, YouTube content, which you know I'm going to want you to do, right? Lender referrals, another great one, open houses. And another thing that I would say that you can easily do is do a webinar or seminar for first-time home buyers, right? I would be running this, if it were me, at least once a month, could be more depending on how much volume you're getting through. I'd be trying to get maybe 20 to 25 people in, but if it's a less, it's okay. You can build up. But free webinar on something like, hey, how to buy your first home in whatever city you're living with 3% down. Okay, if we get 20 people that attend, we can probably get about 5 book calls off that and 2 people that are buying. So one webinar can turn into multiple closings. Best lead magnets for that is probably First Time Buyer's Guide is a great one. Closing cost breakdowns is another. And down payment assistance lists is easy ones to give away. As simple as, hey, who do you know that's renting right now that wishes they owned? That's an easy script as well. And every buyer knows other buyers. All right, number 2, we'll get right into it. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Almost 80% are not. So thanks for watching, but please take the time to subscribe. And make sure that you comment down below which niche you're going to pick or one you're doing right now, and if you're going to expand to another one. I would highly recommend it. If you've got one, you're absolutely crushing. Let's go to the next one. Second thing is get in the free coaching program. There's a link in right there in the comments and of course in the breakdowns. And then when you're ready to step up and be accountable and really take the next step, get into paid coaching. It's very, very affordable and it's got a great ROI as long as you do the things right that are in there. Okay, and then always just ask me, hey, what's the next thing I should be working on? I'll give it to you. All right, number 2, luxury real estate. Oh, I know a lot of people that always want to get into this one. But got to understand, this is less volume and more about relationships and that image. Okay, so who are they? They're business owners, executives, athletes, high-income professionals, right? Celebs. So how do you break into this? Well, there's a couple ways. You can host luxury open houses. It's a great one. Create high-end video tours. I've seen this done. Network at country clubs. Work with wealth advisors, right? And example, instead of cold calling neighborhoods, you create top 5 luxury communities, let's say in Scottsdale or a nicer area, right? That content is going to attract that the high-end buyers are moving into. So you can do that in your areas, make that, right? The content will attract, and what do the luxury clients typically care about that we've seen is privacy, branding, marketing, quality, negotiation skill. Luxury is often won before the appointment, but it is a great one. Just understand that there's things that go with it. And if you are familiar or really comfortable, right, in that niche, it's a great one. All right, number 3, relocation. Oh, I love this one too. So this niche is exploding in a lot of different areas. So if you have a feeder state, like for instance, where we're in Arizona, California feeds into us a lot, right? So you got those kind of movers from other states. A lot of places along the south have that from different areas up north, uh, and areas where it's a little more affordable, or they're building a lot of different things that people are moving to for those jobs. So it could be remote workers, retirees, corporate transfers, right? It's one of the best YouTube niches because a lot of YouTube, you get a lot of relocation. So if you're making content on that, it's great. So you could have an example of that content would be cost of living in whatever the city is, best areas to live, right? Moving from one location to another, from California to Arizona would be an example. And let's say someone watches 8 of your videos, right? Typically, it can take even just 3 to 5, but then they can book a Zoom, they fly in, and they're going to be buying sometimes within 14 days. It's that fast and powerful. So if you're making content around that on the platforms like YouTube, you're going to do really well. And that's how powerful the niche is, right? So good partners that you want to associate with and build those networks, movers, lenders, insurance, utility setup companies, different ones. And then of course, companies too, you want to be reaching out to the ones that people are relocating to and start to network, right? Build up. You can offer to do different things that would help them out. Okay, number 4, this one has helped myself get a lot over time. Probate, it's a hidden gold mine. So where to find probate attorneys, public records, estate sale companies. I'm gonna give you a trick too. Okay, this helped me get into kind of almost anyone's office, whether it was doctors, dentists, could be attorneys. When I'm reaching out, I just offer to say, hey, listen, I talked to the staff, find out what they want, if it's barbecue, food, pizza, or something great. And then I'll offer, right, to say, hey, I'd love to cater for just 15 minutes of your time, 20 minutes of your time. More often than not, if I bring in the barbecue from a really good place or something, the attorney will listen to me, and then I'm able to talk to that person and say, hey, listen, all I'm looking for is an opportunity. Give me one chance, see how I do on it. I know I'm going to deliver. And then from there, at least you have another person that you can be, right? Get a little competition in. It's worked really well in almost any field if I'm serious about it because they're going to make their employees happy. And then it gives me an opportunity. And if they know, like, and trust me or get to know me, often they're going to give me that chance, right? Or I can look for other ways to help, whatever they need help with. And you don't have to always do it that way. I haven't always done that way. A lot of times it's referrals from other attorneys who they know and if you're doing a great job. But my whole point is reach out, offer to something of value for them or way to help, and you're going to get that opportunity. Okay, so where to find those? Probate attorneys, of course, is the one I was referring to. Public records is another place you can go reach out. Estate sales companies, and some samples. You can say, hey, it's a difficult time. If you need a free probate home review, I'm just here to help. So low pressure, high trust, typical probate deals, inherited homes, something that needs repairs, family out of state needs guidance. This niche has a lot less competition because most agents avoid it. So it's kind of a nice one once you're in, for sure. All right, number 5, divorce. Wow, very strong niche because the home often has to be sold. Okay, so how it works. One house, two stressed decision makers. Yes. Best referral sources, of course, divorce attorneys, mediators, therapists, financial planners, right? So if you're helping them out, it's a great way to get those referrals. You can become the neutral third party. Your role is to price it right, right? Communicate evenly, stay calm. Emotional intelligence matters more than sales skills. And oftentimes, once you do a great job and showing that you're neutral, usually it's kind of they both have to agree. Sometimes one is a little stronger. They have two people that you're interviewing, and if you talk about the neutrality and how you're going to really keep it even and balanced, I think that's going to give you a really good chance for both of the parties to want to work with you. But figure out what's best for you. I'm just saying that's worked or it's worked best for me in the past. Okay. Number 6, it's another great one too. Talk about repeat business. Investors. Okay. I'm going to tell you a little story of I called into someone that um, I was able to set up an appointment who had, I want to say 750 properties. Wow, right? So reached out, set up an appointment. He was asking me, hey, we're going to probably be making offers like 25 offers a week, right? And they're going to be low balls. Um, and we send out tons of marketing materials, but we're always looking for a great agent to help. Well, I believe I worked with them just a little, at least to get the idea. It wasn't the particular one for me. We already had a lot of investors that weren't like the low ball investors necessarily, but we're looking for, fair market price, and they were keeping their crews busy. So we already had a lot we were doing with, so I turned it down. But wow, that potential, right? Because they wanted to unload 10% of their properties in that. Um, so the game is out there, right? If you want to do it, the investors can absolutely change your business. So you got flippers, you got buy and hold, Airbnbs, multifamily land investors. So you can specialize within that niche, right? Your specialty is X, Y, or Z, right? It's buy and hold, Airbnb, flippers, land. So there's a lot of great niches within this. Of course, you can do them all, but I'm just saying if you're specializing, um, and it's great because it's repeat business, right? So if you find one opportunity, the buyer will buy it, flip it, sell, and they buy again. It's so great. So you can get technically, two or three transactions from it. Just have to be very focused. It's nice. So best content you could put. I like to, when I met with investors, I would go over all of their properties and see which ones are going up the most in value, which ones are staying the same, and which ones are going down. So I try to give a report on the areas and then what hot areas that they might want to look for that are on the upswing, right? And so when I was reaching out to them and having those conversations, that's how I would initially, get them to give me that opportunity. So on content, you could have best areas for cash flow, right in Arizona or in whatever state you're in, top fix and flips deals this month, deal of the week, right? You can create an investor group where people are meeting, and then you're training up people that want to get into it or people that are already there. So there's a lot of great stuff. Okay. Uh, Great question. What's your buy box? This question separates pros from amateur. What are they specifically looking for? All of those things are awesome, but I do love that niche. It's a great one. All right, number 7. Cut my teeth a lot on these expired listings. Okay, so this is probably the highest converting cold prospecting niche. Why? They already want to sell. Okay, your angle, why didn't it sell? There's a lot of ways to go in. Here's a little example. I noticed your home came off the market. If I could show you exactly why I didn't sell and what I do differently, would that be helpful? The bottom line is this. I've seen so many scripts, and I'm just going to tell you, in the end, if they feel you truly care about them, if they believe in your confidence, and you're able to go over there whether you can help them or not, you just want to see if you can, and you connect, you have a good chance of getting an appointment. Regardless of the script. Now, yes, scripts can be tweaked and this, and I have my own, but I'm just telling you there's 50% of the time it went off script and I was able to get the point because they knew I cared, right? And they knew I'm pretty good at this. They could tell in the questioning when you're asking questions, right? So I like that question-based strategy of going through that. But your edge is going to be, right, the better marketing, better pricing strategy, better communication. If it fits your style well, it's an awesome one. So on this one, make sure you get in that paid coaching, and I will help you through it if you're really serious about it. Um, that was an area that for me was fun, but I know for a lot of people was not. Okay, number 8, very similar to this. For sale by owners. Oh man. It's one of the best skill building niches for sure. Why they think they can do it themselves, and in some cases they really can. Your job is to show them where they're losing money or where you can assist them, where you can help them and be of value. Example is net sheet comparison, marketing plan, buyer screening checklists, open house strategies. I like to, whatever I can do to help them, right? Even whether they go with me or not, it's totally fine. And when they get that sense of it, it's a great niche to be in. What they say is one of the best lines is, well, what's your plan if it doesn't sell? Okay, that's going to open up questions about future business. What happens when you sell? Where are you going to move to next, right? So that can open up another avenue. I would offer to bring signs to them or help them with marketing or go over things, right? Anything I can do to help them. So a lot of times that was a very different approach and it worked well. And often it was set appointments with them. And then from there, right, it just depends on the situation. Okay, number nine, seniors and downsizing. All right, another fast growing niche. So anyone who's 55 plus, retiree, empty nesters, right, which they're going to have a lot of that market share right now. Uh, Simplicity, patient, and trust are some of the needs. Best partnerships, estate sales companies, movers, senior living communities. This is a great one. And referrals, like one will be in the community, they're going to refer you out to others if they had a great experience. So once you get in, it can easily snowball to you're able to help so many people. You can easily host, this one's a fun one, downsizing made easy seminar, right? I like a declutter seminar because sometimes the kids or themselves when they're preparing to move will do it. So I just did a video on that one, so check it out. Huge opportunities, right? Certainly in Arizona and Florida and different parts of the country. But one you should probably consider if you're in that niche and have a passion for it. Okay, number 10. Man, this one is so much fun. I love looking at these. New construction. Okay, it's one of the most overlooked niches. So fast growing cities in your community, like ours is Santan, Queen Creek, and Gilbert, but in your areas, find those fast growing communities. Okay, visitors, uh, they're going to visit builders weekly. So you got to know the incentives, know the inventory, right? That's how you're going to do it. Example, sometimes builders can't convert walk-ins, but you're going to bring buyers. Now you become their go-to. So if you're developing relationships, that helps, and you're aware of all of the different incentives and things and different deals they have going on for you of what they're looking to do, and just have that knowledge, right? You can create content around this that if people want to know, right, about the new construction, you have the information for that, right? So you can get all of the incentives or all the different packages that you can put together. If people want to kind of view you as the one stop shop to where they should be looking at and which ones are coming up or get on that list, right? That might be a great thing. And then you can take them over there and show them around. Okay, so best niche combos, high leverage. So listing machine, I was one of these guys. Expires, force of owner, probate. So this is best for aggressive prospecting. Prospectors, I was. Okay, content machine. This is probably what I'd be doing now more, right? Is YouTube, first time buyers, new construction. That's best for YouTube, relocation. And I would guess probably 80% are buyers on relocations to different areas from YouTube. Okay, repeat business machines. Man, if you love referrals and repeating deals, investors, divorce, probate, these do have those that are great. Authority machines. Combo four is luxury relocation coaching, best for brand building. So there's a lot of opportunities in these for sure. The riches are in the niches, and hopefully I've given you some good ones to think about. You know, put one below that you want to give it a shot on. There's so many great ways, and just keep expanding what you're doing and getting better and better at it. But there is some power. Also, you're going to build that AI authority, right? As you're making a lot of content over and over again on those subjects, so that will help you come up for those searches later, right? When really AI search takes over compared to most of the other ones. So it's probably good to just really double, triple down on those areas you like, become great at it. All right, guys, I hope this helped you. There's some great ones to pick. Jump in on that free coaching for sure. Make sure you subscribe, get into paid so you can be accountable. I'll help you on this stuff. I've done almost all of these, honestly, or I've coached someone that has done really, really well on these. So not a problem. It's really not that hard. You just have to focus and then go all in on those areas. All right, guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.